everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Be Who You Are Day. My name is Ann Cosma, and I have the great pleasure of being your host today as we welcome an inspiring guest to celebrate and help us all celebrate and party and enjoy this day in honor of you. Every unique individual and all of the special things that make you, you. Our guest today is a New York Times best-selling author of more than 60 books. He is known for his bold images, an awesome sense of humor, and his inclusive storytelling. And did you know he loves dogs and eating macaroni and cheese? I cannot wait to welcome him and learn more. So families, friends, teachers, and parents, students, everyone who is watching today, be sure to have something to draw with. Our special guest is going to give us a step-by-step tutorial on how to draw. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. Here to help us celebrate Be Who You Are Day is the one, the only Todd Parr. Hi, Todd.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for being here. I don't know if you know this. My name is Todd Parr. It's very, very simple, but it was changed a few years ago. I went to a school and they had a giant bulletin board and it said, "Welcome, Todd Party." And I said, "Todd Party? Why didn't I think of that? It's so easy." So you can call me Todd Parr or Todd Party. I'm an author and an illustrator of over 60 books for kids. That means I draw all the pictures, I write all of the words, and I'm wondering how many of you think you can draw better than me? Everyone, raise your hands. It's not hard. And as Ann said, I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. So I'm so excited to be here. This is the third year we've done the Be Who You Are Day, and it's just simply a day to celebrate you, which should actually be every day, that you should just be who you are. And so that's why I wrote a book about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Todd Party. I love that. This is the third one we've celebrated, and it's so special, but I want to ask if you can tell us a little bit more about what this day means to you. Be Who You Are Day. I'd love to hear that.
Well, I think this day goes all the way back to maybe fourth grade when I was in school. I spent a number of years like trying to be like everybody else when I was in school because I just didn't know who I was. And so I was trying to do and act and look like everybody else. And finally, I just realized one day that it was just easier and it was more fun to be who I was. And from that point on, my life just got easier. So I learned at that point, just always be yourself and feel good about yourself, be confident, be kind, be proud of yourself. You don't have to be like everybody else. We're not all good at everything. Some of us are better at other things, but just try your best. That's it. And so I've been doing that a long time. And then I wrote a book about it. So I really feel like Be Who You Are Day probably started when I was in fourth grade, and that was a long time ago, but we just didn't start doing it live until like 3 years ago. But I think it's a very special day that's been a part of my life for a number of years, and I hope it inspires you to just feel good about who you are.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing a little bit more and how the journey of your life from fourth grade, and I mean, likely even beforehand, but your own unique characteristics, qualities, skills, talents, passions, everything. You, just like this global audience, is a unique individual, and you are special, just like the audience listening in. And this is a day of celebration. That's so awesome. And I'm glad you wrote a book about it. I have to ask, Todd, would you start us off simply by doing a read aloud of your book? We'll get to all the questions after, but I would love to hear you read Be Who You Are, and I know our listeners would too. How's that sound?
That sounds good. I love reading Be Who You Are. I don't even know how many times I've read this book out loud to classes and Zooms and everything. But I always feel really good about this because I feel like in this book, I'm helping you be a better person and inspire you just to feel good. So here we go with Be Who You Are. So I did a dedication in here. I'm going to let you read it on your own, but it basically says what I said to you, that how I found out that it was just easier to be myself. I talked about I was always trying to be like everybody else. And one day I realized it was easier. So that's kind of in the dedication to always remind you. And it says, be who you are. Be old, be young, be a different color. Wear everything you need to be you. Do you see yourself in any of those? I identify with the robot, I think. Speak your language. Hola, hello, meow. Learn in your own way. Cat food or dog food? Be proud of where you're from. Be your own family. Just be who you are. Be silly. Be brave. Dance, play, discover, learn, read. Share your feelings. Happy, mad, sad, silly, scared, proud. It's always good to talk about your feelings. Let somebody know how you feel. Just be who you are. Try new things. Be confident. Stand up for yourself. No. Be energetic. Be peaceful. Do you know that these are my two dogs? Pete, well, three I had. Pete, Tater Tot, and Jerry. Be the best that you can be. Just be who you are. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, or who's in your family. Everyone needs to be loved. Always love yourself. Be who you are. The end. Love, Todd Party. Did you like that one?
Oh my gosh, it is so special to get to hear you read this book. And I imagine it's just like a great big encouraging hug and message for the world. Be silly, be brave, discover, share your feelings, be confident, be the best that you can be. Just be who you are. Todd, I love this message.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's inclusive, it's fun, it's kid friendly, and no doubt it is a special message to help everyone of all ages celebrate who they are. Thank you so much for reading it to us. I know the audience must have loved that as much as I did. Todd, can I ask some of those questions? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we have some third and fourth grade friends in New Jersey, Lorenzo and Luciano, who are wondering, what is something that makes you special?
That's a hard question because I don't like to talk about myself. I like to tell you, if you want to ask me about my dogs, I'll talk for hours. Or if you want to ask me my favorite food, well, I'll talk for hours. Or my favorite color is blue. But I think the thing that makes me special is a lot of times people say, Todd, you have the coolest job ever. You just get to write books all day. And that's close. But I get to write books that I know are helping to make a difference in the world. I know that when kids read them all over the world, they learn things like it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to be different, and be who you are, and love yourself and love the world. So I think that's the thing that makes me feel so special, is that I'm doing something else. I get to do what I love, which is to draw. and I get to make a difference. So I think that's what makes me special.
Oh, that is truly special. Thank you for sharing that. They also are curious, what was your favorite food when you were little?
Uh, I'm sure it's macaroni and cheese because I have been eating macaroni and cheese ever since I can remember. And I didn't want to eat anything else. I remember sitting at the table long after everybody was done and left the table because I would not eat certain things. So I would say it's been macaroni and cheese. Of course, I love to like cook. So I love to like make a lot of healthy things too. I like to use a lot of vegetables. I love avocados and blueberries. And we don't have enough time to tell you everything that I like and how much I love to cook. But that's my other favorite thing that I do besides writing books.
So that's another super special thing about you. I love hearing that. Thank you. Okay, we have two young friends, Anna and Adam in Zionsville, Indiana. Hi, Anna
Hey.
and Adam. They are wondering, how do you come up with your characters and how do you make your pictures so fun and colorful?
Well, thank you. That's a good question. I will take it back to second grade. This is when I can remember. I had difficulty reading. In fact, when I got to second grade, my teachers realized that I couldn't read, that I had memorized books, but I couldn't read the words. So I had to repeat second grade. One of the things that I was doing instead of reading, because I knew I couldn't read, was tracing the outline of Snoopy the dog. And I got so good that I was actually able to draw Snoopy the dog without tracing him. I entered an art contest and I won a prize. I don't remember what I won. I just was so excited that I won. But also, too, being in second grade, when some of the kids found out that I was there for a second time, they made fun of me. And I always remembered that. And when I started writing books, that inspired my book, It's Okay to Be Different, because I wanted to let you know that some of us are good at some things and not so good at others, like I said before, but try your best. We're not all good at everything. And so that was a very long answer to the question. I'm really good at long answers too. So what's the next question,
We
Anna?
like long answers because it gives us an opportunity to get to know you better. So the inspiration and your experience from your, from your youth. Thank you for sharing that. And the other question that they had, I know I kind of snuck two of them in there at once. Anna and Adam have a second question, and it's about making your pictures fun and colorful, and you're known for that bold style. How and where does this come from inside your brain?
I love bright colors, and I've always used just like blue and then red, yellow, blue, and green, the primary colors. And I stopped drawing as I got older, and I tried other jobs. I worked in a record store. I worked at a taco place, and then I started flying. I worked on an airplane. I worked for United Airlines as a flight attendant, and I kept thinking about my art. And I was like, I really want to just paint and draw. So I started painting and drawing again. I had a lot more confidence than I did when I was little. And I said, I'm just going to do this, and I don't care what anybody thinks. So I started drawing on anything that I could draw on. And I just was drawing expressions and things. And over the years, I've learned to sort of really fine tune those to fit my style, because it took me a while to like, what is my style? Because it was basically stick figures. And even now, when I started writing my first books and I met some people that came to a book signing, they go, Todd, we thought you had a 6-year-old doing your artwork, and we're shocked to find out it was you. And I thought for a minute, this is not a good thing. But then I realized it is, because that's my audience. And that you look at my artwork and you realize it's so easy to draw just like me, that You don't even have to think about it. And so that's another thing that I love is like, I love just drawing simple things. And I sort of just create my things as I go. Like, I'm like, Todd, you don't have any dinosaurs. You better create a whole bunch of dinosaurs. Or you only have a few monsters. You should draw some more monsters. Or I get an idea about a book and I think, well, how am I going to tell this story? And I come up with something new. So don't hold back and don't worry about the way your art looks. If you have something that you want to draw, even if it's like a pizza, just draw your own pizza. It's okay. You don't have to explain it.
I love that answer, and that don't hold back encouragement you just shared with everyone. Young people are among the most creative folks that I know. So I love that your compliment they shared. Hey, this looks like the art from a young person. It's this beautiful, creative, bold, rich, illustrations. And I love that young people can see it and celebrate it too. That's a really cool compliment about your style, Todd. So thank
Thank
you
you.
for
And
sharing.
I wanted to add to that, that when I see all the artwork that you do, and I travel all around, and for my visits, I show up and it looks like there was like little Todd Parr elves there the night before that decorated this whole school and classroom. And I look at the art and it looks just like mine. And it gives me inspiration. So I need everyone to keep drawing, because when I look at your art, I get ideas. I was like, oh, I should do this. And it makes me feel so good. So please don't stop drawing, and expressing yourself. It's very important because when I see it, I get really inspired.
Oh, that's a great message. Don't stop, everybody out there. Keep creating. Todd Parr encourages you to do so. Okay, Todd, I have a question. Some friends, Caden and his mom, Alana, in Miramar, Florida, are curious and they want to know, what is your favorite sport or activity to do when you are not writing books?
Well, when I was little, I was in wrestling and then I played football. I tried basketball, but that didn't work out. And then as I got older, I basically just like to go to the beach. I lived in Hawaii. I tried surfing, but that didn't really work out well either. And then I found camping and my dogs. And basically, I just love the outdoors. So I love to be in the outdoors, go to the beach, go for long walks with my dogs, go to the park, go camping. I love to ski. So I really like anything that's outdoors.
Oh, that's so cool to hear about. Thank you. And yeah, the celebration of all kinds of activities or sports or ways that you can be mindful or enjoy a moment disconnected outside. I love that. I love that. Okay, I have to take a moment now and talk about, I know, Todd, your books are beloved by families all over the world, by educators and students, literally folks all over, my family included. We have so many of your books and we read them over and over. And I have a very creative 5-year-old niece named Emery. She loves arts and crafts. She loves to draw watercolor. And is a very creative little girl. So, of course, I asked her what she wanted to ask Todd Parr. And she said, what was your favorite thing to draw before you started writing books?
Hey, Emery, and I don't know if you caught it. I think I answered that, even though that wasn't the question, but I gave it away. I think it was Snoopy, the dog. I think that was the most exciting thing, and it never got old. I would draw Snoopy over and over and over again, and I wish that I had saved how many Snoopy drawings I did, but they did not get saved. But there would probably be hundreds of Snoopies. And I realized I just love dogs, but I actually love all animals, but dogs are one of my favorite things to draw. And oh, wait, because I know this is like my number one question that I get asked all the time. And it's like, Todd, why don't you put noses on your people? And I thought, oh, I don't know. And then I just was honest and I said, I do not draw good noses. I tried circles. I tried like lines with like that went this way. I tried like big thing. it just doesn't look right on my people, but on my animals, I can do a black nose for a dog or a cat. I can do an elephant's trunk. I have no problem, or a pig. I draw noses perfectly for animals, but I can't do it for people. And so when people ask, I just say, I'm not very good at drawing noses. I don't want to draw noses, so I don't put noses on my people.
That's such an interesting insight. And I love, of course, you said like a black dot or a circle works on an animal. A cool, it's a rectangular shape to get an elephant trunk, the creative squiggles of a different animal's nose. But yeah, like a human nose is pretty hard to draw, I can
Very
imagine.
hard. And at first I was like embarrassed. And I thought, well, Todd, if you're an artist, shouldn't you be able to draw everything? And it took me a few years to let go of that and say, you can be creative and be an artist, and have your own style. You don't have to draw like somebody else. And like, you don't have to compare your artwork to like a painting you might see at the museum. And you go, wow, that's really, really good. I can't draw like that, because I did that for a long time and I realized it was holding me back. And it's better to just say, wow, I don't think I can draw like that, but I really like to draw the way that I draw. And that matters just as much as that painting does. So just clear your head. Stop thinking your art has to look like anybody else's. Just sit down, start drawing, whatever you come up with, just feel good about it, keep doing it, and don't compare. You can show people and go, hey, look what I did, but just find your own style. It's really, really important.
I love that. Everybody create and find your own style. That's brilliant advice. Thank you. Todd, I have to ask too. I know Emery's curious. She loves mac and cheese also. I love mac and cheese still. Do you ever put anything inside your mac and cheese, or are you like a classic mac and cheese?
Well, I've experimented with a lot, but like, I mean, early on when people say, like, when I was at schools, Todd, what's your favorite food? I would say macaroni and cheese with worms, even though that's not true, but everybody in the class went, oh, and so that's why I said that. But I don't really put anything in my macaroni and cheese. I am very simple. If I want my vegetables, I'd rather have my broccoli on the side. Don't try and hide it in the macaroni and cheese, because I'll find it and I'll take it out. So, but I'll eat my broccoli. I just want it on the side.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I basically stick to a very basic, simple one. I don't know if you know this, but I wrote a book that came out this year, and it's called Monster Macaroni and Cheese Party. And it's about the monsters that decide to have a party. They invite all their monster friends over, but they have to bring their own macaroni and cheese. And no humans are allowed, because they make boring macaroni and cheese from the box. But it's got all these monsters that show up to this party, and they ring the doorbell, and then they say like, oh no, what did you bring? And somebody brought Spider Mac with flies. And I don't want to give the book away, but I will say that, I always put a message at the end of my books. Well, this one, I put two of my favorite recipes in it. So this is like my regular one when I'm having company over, or I just feel like having good mac and cheese. And the other one is a vegan one. So it's all plant-based, and they're two legit recipes that I make. So, you can read a book and just have macaroni and cheese. But I had to tell you about the Monster Mac and Cheese, because finally I got to write a book about something that I love, food, and monsters. And I'm so excited about that book. And we can spend another half hour talking about that, but I know we don't have time.
Yeah, but that's another conversation, because we need to have this mac and cheese conversation. Oh my gosh. Okay,
That's a whole hour long at
I
least.
love it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, and I'm looking at all of the pictures behind you on your bookshelf. And Todd, I'm imagining classrooms and family bookshelves and kitchens and living rooms around the world, literally filled with your books. I know I love them in my own classroom. I love reading them with my niece. And I want to ask, for all the families who are watching, what are some ways that they can celebrate Be Who You Are Day?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway that I would like families to celebrate is spend time together. Having a meal together is a really great opportunity to just spend time with each other and talk about your feelings and talk about how important it is to believe in yourself, to love yourself, to care for others. If you have the Be Who You Are book there, of course, read that. If you don't, maybe just read any book, because when you read a book with someone, it's a special time. And that's something that my grandma did to me almost every single night. She read Go Dog Go, which is still my favorite book. I can tell you all about that book, but I don't want to give it away. I'm sure you probably have read it. But those are the special times that I'm thinking of and remembering still today, was that time that I had with her. So I would say share a meal, mac and cheese, read a book, and just feel good about who you are.
Oh, I love that advice. And the talking over a shared meal is such a beautiful way to connect. And of course, reading together is such a special opportunity. One way that I love to connect is through drawing. And my niece Emery and I literally sit and create and connect, and we talk through it. Sometimes we're inspired by photography or going on a walk and finding what I love to call teeny tiny wonders, a little flower, and then we come home and draw that. And Todd, I wanted to talk for a minute with you about drawing, of course, because we love your bold images and your illustration style. But I actually want to add your website and go to your website for just a moment on the screen. So if we can get Todd's website. Yeah. So literally, friends, if you visit toddparr.com, you are going to find incredible resources. You can click through and find so many things. I know you mentioned that monster mac and cheese party in your recipes, but Todd, across the top with these banners, you have one called Fun. And I want to point this out for everybody. You're sharing recipes. You have coloring pages. We're going to get to the coloring pages in just a moment. I'm noticing activity guides, lunchbox notes, paper dolls where people could cut out the paper dolls and have so much fun creating. But I also, of course, want to point out Be Who You Are Day. So friends, as we navigate to that page, you see incredible information. Dear parents, booksellers, teachers, librarians, this beautiful, kid-friendly, fun, inclusive message about celebrating and being who you are. Todd, I love this. And I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the page because we know everybody is invited, and you are partnering with bookstores around the country. You have checklists and celebrations. Folks could literally print these out and participate in Be Who You Are Day in so many ways. But there's more. You have all of these awesome downloadables, the calendar, the stickers. Everybody, who wouldn't want some Be Who You Are Day stickers? How cool is this? But I want to talk about this page. Whoops, let me get it the right way up. This page, this is me, as well as drawing special people. Todd, you have so many awesome downloadables, wonderful things for folks at toddparr.com, including these awesome pages. And what I'm thinking, if you would humor me, let's maybe do a drawing challenge right now. How does that sound?
It sounds good, and I think it is a challenge. Also, because I started out drawing with paper and markers and colored pencils and even crayons, but then like I found the computer and a draw tablet, so I love that. So I draw on a draw tablet into the computer, and so when somebody said, "Todd, draw on paper," I'm like, I freeze for a minute, going, "Oh." Do I still know how to draw on paper? But I do. It always comes back to me. But I would love that challenge to draw with you.
Okay, cool. So what I'm thinking is this, folks, I want to point out again, all of these resources are available on Todd Parr's website. If you want to pop up real quick on the screen, the overlay of what the images look like, we'll give folks a good view of those. Let's see. Yeah. So find the This Is Me, or find that Draw the Special People in Your Life. these super cute pages that Todd has ready for you. And when Todd and I come back on the screen, I have my drawing tools ready. Let's go ahead and just get Todd and I on the screen, nice and big. Todd, this is what's going to happen. I think we can play some music. Folks, you can pause the video right now. Go find some scratch paper, a drawing tool, maybe find the crayons that you have. I've got a big old marker. Find anything to draw. I have my This Is Me page, and I'm thinking, Todd, maybe like 60-ish seconds, put that music on, and maybe you give everybody a step-by-step and guide us through the process. How's that sound?
It sounds good.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. First, I start with the black line, which I'm doing now. I'm going to draw a picture of myself. So I do the black outline first, and then I always do the hair last. I don't know why. And also, I only have a few styles of hair for boys and girls. I just don't, I only have like 6 or 7 hairstyles. And I sort of always look the same, but this is me. I'm drawing something in here that we've been talking about. I'm not sure if you can guess.
I've got mine going, and I'm used a big black marker to do the bold outlines, and I'm coloring in right now.
Yeah, I'm putting some words on mine because, you know, I don't have stories or regular characters. So I sort of just write about messages and things. So I use a lot of like words. And when I first started, and my editor, who's just like a teacher, she said, like, you know, what would your books look like? And I'm like, well, I don't have characters or stories. I have words. And she said, well, you're kind of already writing a book with just your messages. And I thought, oh, wow, you can. So I always have words in most of my stuff. So.
All right. So folks who are out there drawing along with Todd, what makes you, you? Add those elements, those creative things that make you uniquely you. And I did my character inspired by the style of Todd Parr, and I'm ready to share. So maybe in, I don't know, a couple seconds, I think we'll have to share our pictures and learn.
I'm ready. We should have put a timer on it so we can race to see who can finish first.
All right. Well, time's up. Let's share. I'm ready. I can't wait to see.
You go first.
Okay. So I love how I break down a element, a circle. I notice what could be a oblong square, almost a rectangle. I call this an upside down rainbow when I'm drawing with my niece, and a big upside down rainbow with pointy curves to get my little character in the style of you. So this is me, seashells, peach iced tea, reading books, laying in hammocks, traveling. Those are things that I love and that make me unique and special. Let's see yours.
Well, I think yours looks very, very you. And I think you did an amazing job. And I was too busy talking and I didn't color mine in all the way, but I put a few colors in it. But I did Todd Party, loves, because you don't always have to like write a word. You can express it with art. So Todd Party loves mac and cheese. And so there I'm showing you my favorite recipe. And actually, do we have time that I should do another one really quick?
Yes, we will definitely make time. We would love to draw with you as often as we can.
All right, I'm going to draw one of my favorite things. And again, I'm starting with the black outline.
I wonder, folks, do you wonder too what he's drawing? This is so cool to get a peek inside his creative process right now. And whether you're using a digital tool and an inking tool, like he said, Todd draws with a tablet, your papers, your pencils, your crayons, markers at home, the creative possibilities. Maybe you're drawing in the wet sand at the beach. I don't know. So many possibilities.
Well, do you know when I first started drawing, I didn't I think it was paper originally, and then I sort of stopped, and then I got really mad because I was like, I really want to paint and draw. That's all I want to do, and I'm going to do it no matter what anybody said. And so I went to a used furniture place, and I found an ottoman that was white, and I painted all over it. And then I would find old pieces of wood picture frames or things on them, and I paint over it. So I just was painting on anything I could find my way until I found my way into my books. But what I did do was a dog, and this is to show you the nose. See the nose? It's just a circle, and that's really, really easy. So I drew my other favorite thing, a dog, and you can color it in. You can draw a cat. I love to draw skunks. I love all animals, but you can draw anything you want. They can be any color. Like my dog can be yellow and blue. It doesn't have to be brown or black. Whatever colors you like.
That's so cool. Thank you, Todd, for taking the time to draw with us. I know that families and students and folks literally everywhere are having so much fun right now drawing with you and hearing about your creative process. So thank you. Folks,
don't forget to hang your drawing up. Like when you're done, hang it up throughout the house so that everybody can see it. And when you walk by, then it will make you smile and make you feel good.
That's so cool. I love that. Folks, remember you can find all of the awesome downloadable coloring pages on Todd's website, toddparr.com. And of course, tons of resources to help you celebrate Be Who You Are Day. Todd, I have one more thing to share. I'd love, this might be a little bit of a surprise to you. I don't know, but I think that our awesome friends at Little Brown Young Readers have a really cool flip group set up where people can share what makes you who you are. So I'm going to go ahead and have my screen added back, and I want to show folks how easy it is to get to this group and celebrate Be Who You Are Day. Let's go ahead and screen share that right now. And it'll take us right to the flip.com website. And you'll see this is the join code, Be Who You Are. And when we go to this group, we see Todd Parr's Be Who You Are Day set up by our good friends at Little Brown Young Readers. And if you click into this topic, share what makes you who you are. Todd, we just drew together, but in Flip, we're inviting folks to create a video response in celebration of Be Who You Are Day, share their name, a general location, things they love, things they don't love, whatever it is that makes them uniquely them. And I have an idea. I would love to show you what it's like to do a quick response and show something fun inside the Flip camera I don't know if you know exists. So I'm going to launch the camera, and you'll see inside, of course, all of the creative effects on screen, but you also notice on the side the ability to add other effects. And one of those effects is a GIF. Todd, do you say GIF? Do you say GIF? What do you say?
I say GIF.
I say GIF too. Well, check this out. If folks are wanting to find Todd Parr stickers, we have all of the Little Brown Young Reader gifts right inside of Giphy, and check it out. Be Who You Are. And I can add those gifts to my screen, all of the fun creative effects that you know, of course, with the power of a GIF. Oh, Todd Parr, let me go ahead and talk and type at the same time. And I love that these are just creative elements that are so friendly and so familiar in the style of all of your creativity. So folks, Definitely. We would love for you to join this group and add a response talking about what makes you, you, and using these fun creative effects. I want to show them one more time. You simply click on GIF, type in Todd Parr, and look at all of them that pop up that you have the ability to add. Now, check it out. I love this little mac and cheese friend, and we're going to go ahead and add it. Did I click on it? There we go. Oh, Todd, here we go. So I'm going to add a response, and let's see, I'm screen sharing, so I have to see the other one. Wow, everybody, here we go. Hey, everybody, my name is Anne, and I am celebrating Be Who You Are Day. Everybody is uniquely special. Your characteristics, your qualities, the things you love, everything that's special about you is what makes you unique. I love peach iced tea. I love seashells and reading my book at the beach. Happy Be Who You Are Day. And Todd, that is how we can create a flip response, and literally submit it and post the topic. And now it'll be inside that Little Brown Young Reader Be Who You Are Day flip group, and folks and families and students and teachers around the world can celebrate. And I know mine has been added to that awesome response. So folks, get connected. We'd love to have you share and join that group. You can find it at flip.com/be who you are, and our friends will be watching for your responses in a global celebration of this awesome day. Did you know, Todd, that folks could do that?
I want to say I did, but I did not. And you surprised me. And I think it's one of the coolest things ever, because I would just love it if everybody that saw this or told your friends shared this, to do this and inspire, because when other people see it, they'll be like, whoa, that's just like me. And that makes me feel good about who I am. So tell your friends, make sure you do it. I can't wait to see everyone's posts.
So awesome, folks. You can find that group and join at flip.com/be who you are. Remember, this day is all about a celebration of you and the things that make you, uniquely you, right? Todd, this has been so special. I can't even begin to thank you once again for spending this time with us, sharing about your life, your creative process, and all of the things that make Be Who You Are Day such a special day. I wanted to ask, do you have any final thoughts for the folks who are watching?
I do, but first, I want to thank you, Anne, for being such an amazing person and being who you are. And you're all kinds of things, but you're a teacher, and you do all kinds of. You just don't talk to Todd Parr once a year. You're like out doing stuff, making a difference every day in the world, and just being who you are. And I love that. And I realized that we should have put a warning on the screen that Anne and I are going to make you crave peach iced tea, seashells, and macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
And so we should have warned you. But I'm going to leave you with the same message that is from Be Who You Are, because I can't say it any better way. And that is, it doesn't matter what color you are, where you are from, or who's in your family. Everyone needs to be loved. Always love yourself and be who you are. The end. Love, Todd Party. Thanks, everyone.
Todd Party, friend, thank you so much for spending this time with us. We appreciate you. And for folks who are tuning in literally around the world on this celebrating Be Who You Are Day, we want to say thank you for spending your time with us. And remember, even though we're wrapping up for today, we have events all year long. You can head to aka.ms/flip events to find more upcoming adventures. We want to wish you all a happy Be Who You Are Day. I'm your host, and on behalf of Team Flip at Microsoft, Little Brown Books for Young Readers, and our amazing guest, Todd Parr, thank you so much for spending your time with us. We'll see you next time. Happy Be
Thanks,
Who You Are
everybody.
Day.
Bye. The end. Love, Todd.